What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be me predicting the 2023 to 2024 playoffs for the NFL season. I think I skipped this video last year. I know I did it the year before. I think I skipped it last year and didn't do it. So I'm doing it this year. Before I get started, though, I do want to say a quick thank you to everybody that has supported both the video I made about my draft classes of Madden 24 and just the draft classes on Madden themselves. It really does mean a lot, and it gives me an inspiration to try and do it again next year, just as good, if not better. So what? So that's all I want to say about that for now, and I think I should just jump into this video before it ends up being way too long. There won't be a lot of editing. I'm just gonna run through what I think is gonna happen in the playoffs. Now, at the beginning of the season, I think I tweeted about it. I predicted that it was going to be the Bengals and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. One of those teams made the playoffs, and one of them did not, even though they easily probably should have. But, Joe Burrow got injured and was injured really the whole season because he never really seemed like he was healthy. Anywho, if the 49ers do make the Super Bowl, it'll be the second year in a row where I got half the teams right. 'Cause I had the Chiefs in last year's Super Bowl when I had the Chiefs Bucks rematch, and that didn't happen. So let's go with, I don't know what order these games are played in, so I'm just going to go based off how they're listed on here. So let's start with Bills Steelers. It should very obviously and easily be the Bills. Like I shouldn't have to say much. The Steelers really shouldn't even be here, but they are. So who knows? Chiefs Dolphins. Now normally I'd say the Dolphins, but the Dolphins are missing quite a few defensive players, and they're playing in like below zero temperatures. I think at least it's below freezing. So that is really the Chiefs' forte. And the Dolphins, they tried to play the Bills in the cold. They didn't go very well. But at the same time, Chiefs haven't looked very good either. So I think I'm going to stick with what my original inkling was telling me and go with the Dolphins, even though I don't think this one could go either way. But either way, both of these teams are losing in the next round. I'm like 100% sure about that. I think no matter who wins is going to lose in the next round. So that's a little spoiler prediction for what I'm thinking is going to happen. Texans, Browns. This one could really go either way. I mean, it makes sense. It's a four versus a five. I think the Browns are the AFC dark horse to win the Super Bowl, as in a team that didn't win the division. I think they have the best chance. And I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run. So that makes sense. I'm picking the Browns to beat the Texans. Over to the NFC wildcard round, we have the Cowboys and the Packers. I'm picking the Cowboys. The Cowboys, this is the best they've looked in a few years now. I'm not sure I'd be ready to say it's their year yet, but this is, I think, is about as close as it looked to it actually being their year. So I do think they'll for sure won't be a first round exit this time and will beat the Packers. Rams, Lions. This game could go either way for me. My NFC dark horse team is the Rams because I really think they could beat any of these teams that are here. Same with the Browns. The Browns, I think, could beat any team that's here. Whereas a team like the Dolphins, I don't think beats the Ravens. The Steelers, I don't think beat anybody. Like there's a few teams who I think are able to even beat everybody. I think the Rams are the dark horse team on the NFC side that can do it. That being said, though, I think the Detroit pride is going to be a little too much, and I'm going to go with the Lions over the Rams. The Rams haven't been very consistent. The Lions haven't really either, but I've been more impressed with the Lions recently, I think. But again, that game could go either way, and I wouldn't be shocked if it happened, if the Rams happened to win. Bucks, Eagles. This one could go either way just because the Eagles should win, but will they? I don't know. I'm gonna pick the Eagles just because I feel weird picking all the top seeds to win over here. Plus, I think if something's gonna click, it's gonna click now for the Eagles, and they're gonna make a run as best as they can. I don't think they go very far, but they can at least win a game and then reassess and regroup next season. So, into the divisional. Dolphins Ravens. I've already said it. I think the Ravens win. I don't think the Dolphins they should be a lot better than they are. They should play a lot better than they have been this season. They're not good against good teams. They're a team that looks very good against bad teams, but can't beat good teams. That's never a good recipe for success in the playoffs. So, picking the Ravens. Bills, Browns. This could be the game of the playoffs, potentially. I'm picking the Bills. Bills have gotten hot at the right time. I didn't think Ken Dorsey was the problem with the offense, but that offense has looked so much better since he's been gone. Weirdly, even though it like doesn't seem like it some weeks, but the team just seems better, and they've seemed to have gotten hot at the right time. So I'm picking the Bills to beat the Browns. 1-2, so original. I don't like doing that normally, but it usually ends up being pretty close to how it is. And get away. All right. Anyway, NFC time. Eagles and 49ers. I'm going 49ers. Again, Eagles, even if they do win, I don't think any of the top teams, like the true top teams, the NFC, I don't think they could beat any of them in the state that they're in right now. So I'm picking the 49ers. The Lions and the Cowboys, the rematch of what I think was week 17, where the Lions did get screwed. They did indeed get screwed. And I think they come out with a vengeance, and I think they beat the Cowboys. I think these are your conference championship matchups. If the Lions end up making, if I'm just gonna put this out there now, if like both the Lions and Browns do end up making the Super Bowl and like in the actual when the actual playoffs play out, the NFL world will be completely flipped upside down. The two worst teams of the last century, basically, in the Super Bowl would be absolutely ridiculous. All right, next up we have the conference championship matchups. I'm going to start with the NFC. I think it's the easier pick, and I do think the 49ers still make the Super Bowl. Like I said, last year, I got one team in the Super Bowl correct. I'm going to stick with exactly what I did last year. I'm going to pick the team that I picked at the beginning and, hope they actually still make it. Right. And I did pick the 49ers to win in that game, by the way. Not that it is relevant for this because I'm just picking the team that to make it in. But, anyways, Ravens, Bills. This one's hard because both teams are hot right now. I think the Bills and Browns and the Ravens obviously are the three scariest teams right now in terms of like I think they can literally beat anybody. I'm gonna pick the Bills just because the only reason I'm picking the Bills in this matchup is because I refuse to buy into the idea of the Super Bowl colors meaning something, Super Bowl logo colors meaning something. I don't want to fuel that fire. I don't want to fuel the coincidence. You know what I mean? So I'm going to pick the Bills over the Ravens. I also just do genuinely think that the Bills probably want it more, even if the Ravens are probably the better team at the moment. I think the Bills, that tough game against the Dolphins, I think it showed me something. The Bills' defense the last few years has been kind of a little weird around playoff time. This year they've been very consistent and they've been consistently really good. So I'm going to pick the Bills this year. Even though the Ravens defense has been absolutely elite, the offense has been good. I'm picking the Bills. Josh Allen just had a bad game, and usually when he has a bad game, he likes to follow that up by throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, and then doing that for like 2 or 3 weeks. So, I'm picking the Bills over the Ravens. And the Super Bowl, my Super Bowl prediction is the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, who am I going to pick to win? I think the Niners win. I think the Niners have been the best team all season. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. They were the best team the whole season except for the 1 month where they were losing for some reason. So I think the 49ers will be your Super Bowl champions. No, that's not just because I picked them at the beginning of the season, although if that is the case, then I could say I predicted the Super Bowl winner from the beginning of the year. So that would also be nice. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that may be. I still don't have a set schedule yet, but I am hopefully going to figure one out soon. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.